Welcome, everybody, to Night of the Nerdy Laser, episode 157. I'm your host, as always, Richard. I'm a Swifty Yule.
Oh boy, I'm Jeff Lown. Oh boy.
Well, you're boring, just Jeff Lown. I'm over here doing some vigilante shit.
Yeah. Oh, don't you think it'd be cool to hide under the stage? Like, what?
That is kind of weird.
Let's go look under there. Let's explore.
It's a little weird. We're talking about Trap from 2024. Just came out. It's the M. Night Shyamalan movie that you either like or hate because that's the way it works in the world of M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
But unlike M. Night, if you watch Borderlands, you hate it, as you should.
Everybody hates Borderlands.
I mean, I'm shocked, Jeff, of how bad that movie is.
So you watched it? Were you in it when I was texting you yesterday?
No, because there were two people in the theater at 11 o'clock in the morning behind me.
Hey, don't you talk about early movie times because
I was going,
but
I want to be the only one there.
So I had the room with one person in 3 of those movies. The only one that had people in it was Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh yeah. The funniest part is when they left. I saw them when I came in, but I didn't really pay attention, you know. So when they left, I mean, they were in their 50s at least.
Yeah. The Deadpool crowd was like,
I mean,
it was essentially like people over their 50.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on with this? Why are they in there?
It's just one of those things. No, I mean, and Borderlands has everything working for it. I mean, the cast.
Is crazy.
Eli Roth did the screenplay. He directed it.
Well, he backed out last minute, right?
I mean, I think he did disconnect himself from it, but I mean, his name's on the credits.
It's because he got greenlit for Thanksgiving too. That's why he backed out, because he was filming this around that time.
But I mean, it's not like it's like directed by Eli Roth and
right.
I think this fucking thing was done.
Maybe.
I think they just edited it. You know, had to edit everything, all the shit in.
Yeah, I'm looking that up real quick because it's going to bother me if I don't know who took over. But yeah, it's getting bombed pretty much everywhere.
It's really bad. I'd like to say it's not, but I mean, Cate Blanchett is nightmarishly miscast.
Yeah, I could see her being miscast. This doesn't seem like her kind of movie at all.
None of the characters have any sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Like none of them gel together. They're all weird.
I wonder if she was on this project because Eli worked with her on The House with the Clock in Its Walls.
Oh yeah.
So I'm guessing that's why.
I don't know. The music's bad. The scenery is awesome.
Is it like music like Guardians where they're using a lot of trademark stuff, or is it like
only music? One song, and I think it was like an AC/DC song. And it was kind of buried, and I might have been asleep at that point.
That's funny.
It's just there's just no. I mean, really, it starts off, and you're like, "Uh-oh."
The place I always go to see a review is IGN, because IGN gives everything high scores. So then when I see a bad one, I'm like, uh-oh, I have to actually avoid it.
I listen to GameScoop. Do you ever listen to GameScoop?
No, you told me about them before.
So fucking good, man. But I don't feel like they do very many shows. Like I feel like it used to be every Friday, and now it's just sporadic. But they've been talking bad about it for 6 months.
Yeah.
When the trailer,
what were they saying about it?
They were just basing it off the trailer, and I thought the trailer looked pretty fun.
I avoided it.
You should just watch the trailer. I mean, Claptrap's the best thing.
Who voices him?
Jack Black.
Jack Black. Huh. Yeah, I like Jack Black, so.
I mean, it's good. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, he's as annoying as he is in the game, but
Yeah, he's very annoying in the games. God
he's probably
dang.
less annoying in the movie, honestly. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Oh
not
Jesus!
good. Whoa, fuck! What just happened?
I bashed my headphones out of my ear.
All right.
Felt like you.
So I know that one time. Uh, so I we're gonna talk trap, but we'll do that later. And we've already talked about M Night movies, so you'll have to go back to our happening episode, which was just a few weeks back. So you know, go to that episode if you want to hear us talk about M Night
I'm going to
movies.
talk about him when we talk about the movie, but not
Well,
like.
yeah, I mean that's fine, but we went down a list
Oh
and
yeah,
we
yeah,
talked
no,
about
yeah.
each one a little bit, and all that. So you can get all that goodness. Jeff, did you watch any Olympics at all?
No, huh? Well, I mean, the meme for the breakdancer at this point is kind of everywhere.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't
Ooh,
avoid certain memes and certain things.
that's what I've gotten. What I've noticed a ton of this year was the Olympic memes. I was like,
Yeah,
jeez.
I don't like that. I think it really takes away from like how cool the Olympics is because I do think it's cool. I've been a fan for probably since the year 2000. I
Yeah,
think is when my love began for the Olympics, and I just think it's exciting. I think it's cool, but I mean, a lot ruins it, like memes. And then it was in Paris, and it's not it's not live here except during the day. But if you don't watch it during the day, you're probably going to get spoiled by NBC and by the Olympic Facebook.
yeah,
So that's very frustrating.
yeah.
Um,
I bet.
but
Oh
the swim.
no! All right, I lied. I watched some because my dad had it on. But golf,
Oh yeah,
I watched quite a bit of that actually. So
swimming is my favorite, honestly. Like it's the most exciting, and a lot of that has to do with Rowdy Gaines, who
uh,
he was an Olympic um, swimmer
yeah,
himself. But the next Olympics is his last as an announcer, and like I'm already bummed about it. Like, I mean, he makes the swimming so exciting.
what do you think about
Um,
Phelps going into it after? I bet he does.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who they. I mean, so Rowdy is sort of the JR or the Jim
Oh,
is sort of the Jerry Lawler of the Jerry Lawler
just like
and Jim Ross,
overexcited
the color
portion.
commentator.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just super knowledgeable, super excited. I mean, and he's done it. And that's Jerry Lawler. Whereas Jim Ross never wrestled, but he calls it.
ah, God.
Um, but yeah, I'll be sad when that happens. But anyway, I mean, I know Olympics can bore some people, so we won't go into it. But I
In the
was trying to
past,
think of like the horror Olympics. Like, what if like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Jason and all them were in this like Olympics that were what they were good at. Like,
it reminds me of like a Scooby Doo episode or something.
well, they had Laugh Olympics. We could have Horror Olympics.
Yeah,
Um. So anyway, I just think that would be funny, but I didn't really put anything together. But I just was thinking about like if Jason could do like the javelin because
because I think he throws his machete in one of the movies, the remake maybe
I
or
mean I'm
something.
sure more than one, right? What did he throw? What did he do in part 3 where it comes at the screen?
Watching that one now. I started it after work or before work, really. Um, he he shot a harpoon in 3
Yeah, harpoon.
because
That's it.
the Shelley, the lawyer, the real
Yeah,
life
yeah,
lawyer,
yeah.
he he's messing around.
I have a montage of all the kills for Jason. Did I ever send
Did
that to you?
you did you do that for a con or something?
I mean, I attempted to, but nobody showed up.
Well, because me and Corey did one for a con once. It was during COVID. Do you remember that?
Yeah, y'all do. That was Chattacon,
Was it Chattacon?
I think, yeah.
That was
Or
fun. That was
HalloCon.
fun.
Could have been HalloCon or Chattacon.
That was fun.
Yeah, mine would have been fun if somebody showed up, but they didn't. So.
Not even one person like sat down to tie their shoe or something.
No, I mean, I take that back. There was a couple people, a couple like all golf dressed. They sat down in the front row, kind of talked to them for a minute, and then they watched about 5 minutes and left. And then a guy and his son came in, and they watched like 5 minutes and they left. And then one guy stood in the back and never actually came into the room, and then he left. So it wasn't very successful.
What a weird situation.
For all the fucking work I put in, because not only did I put everything together, but then I had to build the screen and take my projector, build the screen, like take my screen, like it was a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Just zoom me in and I'm good. Merge me in, boys.
Merge me in, boys. Good times. So yeah, have you gotten anything lately? I don't really have a show and tell this week.
Yeah, that Casey Jones I sent you a picture of this morning.
The Turtle of the Gray Skull, Casey Jones.
Yes. They don't
That's
have
your
an April
only
yet,
Turtle
right?
of the Gray Skull, right?
Correct. I don't have any Turtles stuff. I had sold all that a while back. But I told you, I guess Casey Jones will be like my one, unless I find like a couple of cool Aprils. Well, Bebop and Rocksteady would be the two that I would start.
So, have you seen them in the Turtles of Gray Skull?
No.
Dude, they're too bad.
Really?
Remember Too Bad with the two heads?
Yeah.
They're too bad.
I gotta find that one.
They're not out yet. I haven't seen them anywhere.
Okay. Well, because I'm gonna need those. I'm gonna get Casey and the Bebop and Rocksteady, I think.
I got Splinter. I got the Slacker or something, Faker thing. I think that's it.
The reason I went to look down that aisle too was because I was looking at the WWE figures. The old school. They look like Masters of the Universe packaging and stuff. Do you know which set I'm talking about?
The Superstars?
Yeah, with like
at Walmart,
cool retro backing and all that.
At Walmart.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I went over there to look through what they had. They had a Kane. I almost got him.
I have the Motu, the Masters of the WWE Universe Kane.
Yeah.
I have most of the Masters of the WWE Universe, but not all of them. But most of them are opened up.
Oh, gross!
Over there in the
God, gross. Why are they open?
Cause why not?
Well, then you can't tack them up on the wall. Then
I mean, I could
just get some nails. Drive it
through his chest. Proved you wrong.
Take that, Kane.
Oh goodness!
I've almost bid on a couple loose wrestling lots on eBay and stuff, but anytime I do, it always gets outbid pretty easy.
I mean, I have a shit ton of wrestling that I don't want anymore.
You don't want it, huh?
I mean, it's all down in the basement. There's a show coming up in September down from my house.
We'll talk.
That I could vend at, but I'm not sure I'm going to. I should.
Yeah.
I mean, I should. So
do it. You last time you sold your wrestling stuff, you did pretty good.
Really, it was because I sold my Ghostbuster Turtle figures.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I mean that was the large portion of what I made. I mean, I made about $250 off those.
They were the what now?
They were the Ghostbuster Turtle mashup.
Oh, who made those?
I mean, well, I guess Playmates.
Okay.
I mean, it was years ago, and they go for over $100 a piece now, I think.
Hmm.
Maybe more. And so if you want all four of them, you have to, it's quite a bit. So this
Well, I think
guy
I
bought,
found it. Kind of those window boxes on them.
yeah, they're huge.
Yeah,
Like, I
they
mean,
look
they're
huge.
very big figures.
It looks like a set of 4 sealeds going for about 300 to 350 on eBay.
So they've dropped down a little bit. So I'm fine. I mean, I sold them to a nice guy. Like, it was fine. He
I should
was a
come
go.
back there to your house and just go through all the random stuff I didn't see. All
Oh
the
yeah,
figures and all the books and all that.
there's so much shit, man.
We could organize your DVD shelf again.
Please,
And that damn tree better not be in the other room.
tree.
The Christmas tree, it better not be in the other
It's
room.
still up.
Okay.
I mean, our plastic. We have this plastic tree that we never took down.
And it drove me crazy when I was there.
I don't think we had this one when you were here. This is like a plastic one.
It was a plastic one.
Oh, then it was the same one.
Funny.
It's just nice. So yeah, I need to do something. I'm starting to get depressed about all of it. Like I'm starting to get mad at it.
At all your stuff.
But I don't know what to do with it.
No, I get that way too. You know, because I'll text you sometimes. I'm like, I'm so tired of my stuff. I'm gonna just sell it all. I'm gonna just get rid of it. And just get in a bad mood, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I snap out of it. Like I didn't want to watch movies for a long time. This past like 2 months probably, but this month, the end of
My
last
God.
month, and this month, it's going nuts.
Me too. That's my goal. I got one of those passes for AMC movies, which is the not great theater here in town, but it's
I gotta tell you though, that's a deal.
But it's 10 minutes. Yeah, it's $20 for 3 movies a week for a month. So you can see, I mean, you could see 12 movies if you wanted to.
Yeah, a long
That's
one.
why I saw Borderlands and I instantly regretted it.
Use one of the free ones.
But I do I do have my ticket for Alien Romulus already for the big theater. So that's fun.
Yeah,
Can't wait
and
for that.
I told you that I'll probably go see that, but I had already put in for tickets or whatever. I got those tickets for Rear Window because it's the 70th anniversary.
That's
And
crazy.
It's like a Fandango event or whatever it is, or one of those ones. But that was cool. Yeah, and I mean, I saw another movie we're going to talk about next week, Cuckoo. I saw Maxine recently.
Yeah,
I'm not in
I
theaters.
saw both
But
of those as well. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen Cuckoo, really, honestly, I'd say go see it and just support like weird cinema. I mean, it's a horror movie and it's weird, but I mean, I think
it's Neon again. Neon
yeah,
just put out Long Legs too.
oh yeah,
So they're kind of, you know, I know they've been around for a while and they make pretty like indie stuff, like quality stuff that people kind of back and has an indie feel to it. So, I mean, I could see like them competing with A24. I mean, A24's kind of moved on to big things now, but like I still think they try to do their indie stuff as well. And
so I don't know if I told you this, but I watched this Tubi original.
Which one?
Because I was just in this Michael J. White mood, and for some reason, this caught my eye.
I saw your review. Yeah,
dude, it is laughable. Like it's called "You're Not Alone." I mean, the premise isn't terrible. The premise is basically this guy is killing all these people.
It looks like a Lifetime movie.
Sort of, and this girl is home alone, and her dad's on an airplane. Her dad is Michael J. White. You don't get any Michael J. White of like kicking ass or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You do get two real, and I like Michael J. White. I do. But there are 2 scenes that are hilarious.
Because of him?
Not
like on accident?
Yeah. I mean, but the movie's bad. I mean, so at the very beginning, it's ripping off Scream, but it is actively ripping off Scream.
Uh,
Like this whole time, you're like, this is Scream. And then after the scene, the police or whatever, they're like, he's a copycat killer from
oh,
movies.
yeah.
And you're like, oh no. And there's just nothing happens. There's just not enough that happens to justify anything that happens in this movie. And I mean, it does have a twist, but I mean, hell, by the time you get there, you're just like, oh, fuck.
Stop! You're making me want to watch it.
I mean, I really, really need to. You just really need to watch anytime Michael J. White's on the plane, so you can see the two scenes, because the two scenes are identical. Okay, so it's when he finds out that there's a killer in his house. The first time is a fake off. I mean, I'm not giving spoilers because I do not recommend anybody watching this movie. But the first time is a fake off, right? So it's the boyfriend.
Okay.
But his reaction is he clicks on the phone and he can see the camera on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So he sees it and he's like, "Oh my god, my daughter!" And then he freaks out. And so fine, whatever. And then he's like, "Oh, good. It was just her boyfriend. Everything's okay."
Oh my god.
And then literally, like the next time you see him on the plane, he's sitting there and he sees a picture of his daughter and he's like smiling. But then he's like, and he zooms in on the thing, and behind her is a guy in a mask. He's like, oh, there's a killer in my house. And it's the same reaction. And it is so very bad. I mean, it's the funniest thing ever. It's just, his eyes get really wide, and he's like, "Oh!"
They're like, "All right, project emotion." He's like, "I don't know how."
Dude, and Welcome to Sudden Death is so good, and it never got like a sequel or anything.
Yeah, you're
Did you
all
ever
about
watch
that
it?
movie,
Oh, it's the remake to Sudden Death. Michael
Yeah, I
J.
remember
White
you
did it.
talking about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I think you told me to do it, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch that."
It's good. Like, I mean, I really like that movie.
Yeah, I've been watching a ton of stuff. Like, let's see, 30 movies so far this month.
Jesus Christ, you have issues.
I do, thank you. I watched that 1031, 1 and 2, Zombievers, Team America, Basketball, American Pie, First Omen. Oh, I watched that. Did I even tell you that?
No.
Oh, it was okay. I don't think we'd reviewed on here, but
I heard it's good.
yeah. I mean, it's better than it needed to be for a movie that didn't need sequel
To be made.
Yeah, Iron Man. I've been watching some of the older superhero stuff. X-Men, Fantastic Four. I went back and watched that movie. Had me cracking up.
The Chris Evans one?
Yes, like just because of some of the stuff that was in it. Because I think I might have saw like bits and pieces of it growing up, but I never like fully sat down and watched it.
I mean, both of them are good. They are corny, but
They
are
feel like
good.
comic books, like with how corny they are at times.
You gotta watch the Roger Corman, man. We gotta do that one still.
Well,
Trash Talk.
I was gonna say that's gonna be on Trash Talk. So we've only been working on volume 2 for a year.
A long time.
If not longer. Some comedies. I saw that Riff Tracks, that a Point Break. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like they were going to make fun of the movie. They would just make like kind of stupid jokes about like the person or people in it, kind of, and like some on the movie. But it wasn't, like I said, it was just kind of a cool experience to see that on the big screen.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and some other stuff. I started Friday the 13th again and all that. So I'm on like part 3. Lots of stuff.
I started writing The Bike Riders, which is really the worst title of any movie.
Very dumb title.
Doesn't it feel like
it's just
The Bike Riders? Like, yee, bing, 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 bing. Like,
I don't know what they were thinking.
Bike Riders.
But
then I started falling asleep, so I turned it off.
Cool.
All right, so
go ahead.
we need to mention our pal.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I can't imagine him watching Bike Riders.
I can't imagine him bike riding.
Who is he?
He would be Jason, our friend down at the dungeon right here in Maryville, Tennessee, which you can see if you come to FrankenCon 2025. FrankenCon is coming back to the Hilton Knoxville Airport next year, May 10th, May 9th and 10th. Go to frankcontn.com for more info. But while you're in town for that, you can come right to his doorstep to his physical media store. That's right. He has the dungeon. It's on East Broadway. You hit the roundabout, you find Southland Books. You go behind the dungeon, behind Southland Books, and you'll see the dungeon. And he's got vinyl records, laser discs, VHS, DVD, 4K, HD, DVDs, Blu-ray, video games, tarot cards. He's gotten in a wide variety of things lately. Some new 4Ks, which are pretty sweet. So if you guys like physical media, his store is the place to be. So just go to Southland_Dungeon on Instagram and Facebook. You'll see everything he posts. If you don't live in this area, don't worry. You can go right to Southland_Dungeon to find out all the info. And if you see something he likes, you can message him and y'all can figure it out. And he'll ship it right to your door.
He'll do it. Don't think he won't.
So, the movie Trap is M. Night Shyamalan. And what do you feel about them revealing ultimately the twist in the trailer? So, we won't give spoilers because there's not a lot of spoilers to give.
Sort
we
of.
might talk about certain moments of it, but we'll leave out the end. But I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen what we're about to talk about, so it's fine. But what do you feel about that?
That he showed so much of it in the trailer?
Well, so in the trailer, it's sort of Red Eye, right? He did the same thing that Wes Craven did, sort of.
Yeah.
Where Red Eye was a rom-com trailer. This guy and the girl, they keep bumping into each other at this airport. They end up next to each other on the airplane. And then you find out that he's actually there to kill her if her father doesn't do something or something to that effect. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but he's the bad guy. Yeah. So in Trap, we get this father and daughter going to a fake Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, it was trying as hard.
Like, yes, like this popularity and like stardom or whatever of Taylor Swift, but it felt more like rappy stuff. It's not total pop music. Like,
I mean, no, you're right, but I mean, just as far as like the girls going crazy.
Oh yeah, like a super fan.
Just the atmosphere and that many people in one place, and like, hell, if you see like Jennifer Lopez's concerts and Beyonce, like nobody's fucking going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, so we get this father and daughter going to this Taylor Swift like concert, and it's the father is played by Josh Hartnett, who is terrific. And you start seeing like all these police officers and like FBI agents all around the building and inside. It's just heavily secured, like
like over secured.
Yeah, like, and even he recognizes that. So the merchandise guy, dude, he needed a bigger role in this movie.
He's good in it. I'm glad he got his little cameo thing at the end.
He's so good in this movie. I don't know his name. If we were better, we would.
We're not a good podcast,
but we're not better. You listen because we're bad. His name is Jonathan Langdon. So, Jonathan Langdon, sir, you were amazing. And let's see what Jonathan Langdon was in. Uh, Nothing. Run the Burbs, a TV show.
I don't know. Did you
Uh,
notice that the soundtrack and the songs in this were written by, I'm guessing, his daughter?
yeah, yeah, and sang, I think.
Yeah, it said like written and performed by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
This is a different
100%.
Shyamalan though than the one that directed The Watchers. Is that his other
It,
daughter?
it's his other daughter, like two
Okay.
talented people, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's not
crazy.
the same ones. So the guy we're talking about is what he was in 11 episodes of the Nosferatu for
Oh,
A2.
yeah, yeah, the AMC show.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
done a
watch it.
lot of voiceover, and he's been in the zombies movies from Disney.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the zombie movies from Disney is?
No.
Um, it's not. They're not. I mean, they're made for like 8-year-old girls. I mean,
Okay.
and the zombies are just like green hair and green skin.
Yeah. Okay. It's something,
Um,
I guess, right?
I mean, you're making Disney money.
Just
Ariel Donahue played Riley, and she did a hell of a job. I thought. I think she's gonna be something.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, the whole cast was good. There were times it had that M Night feel where the people feel just kind of off in his universe, but some of the like shots he uses, like when it zooms in on Josh Hartnett or something like that, it makes it have that weird feel. But I think that's cool about M Night's stuff.
But the best cameo that I could ever ask for is Miss Bliss from Say by the Bell.
Yeah.
Haley Mills. I saw her name and I was like, no, that can't be. Because she's also from The Parent Trap, which is where I first saw her as a kid.
Mhm.
She's in the old 60s or 50s Parent Trap from Disney. And but then she played Miss Bliss in the first season of Say by the Bell or Good Morning Miss Bliss. That's a whole nother story. But then, I mean, we get quite a bit of her. She plays a doctor, Dr. Grant, and so
Mhm.
you hear her voice a lot.
What is Good Morning, Miss Bliss? I know we've talked about it before. It's something to do with Saved by the
It,
Bell.
Good Morning Miss Bliss is the first season. Good Morning Miss Bliss was the show that Saved by the Bell spun off of.
Oh,
So Good
okay.
Morning Miss Bliss was a primetime Disney Channel show that if you watch Saved by the Bell in reruns, you'd see Zach Morris sometimes be standing in like in front of some lockers and be like, "Hey gang, this is the time that I was in 8th grade and me and blah blah blah," and so whenever he does that, it's just Good Morning Miss Bliss.
Oh, okay.
So they eventually just because if the Good Morning Miss Bliss intro is terrible. I mean, they wanted it to be like a family show. So it's like half adults and half kids. But the only people, Mr. Belding's in it,
Yeah.
which they released a Funko Pop of him.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've got it pre-ordered.
Of course you
And
do.
the Zach from him playing, is it the Surfing USA or whatever with Screech and Slater with a broom?
I can't
Um,
remember.
oh yeah, that's the best
Watch
episode.
those
It's at Screech's
DVDs.
house. Anyway,
Watch those DVDs I sent you.
I know. So yeah, so good morning. So it was supposed to be an adult family show. Ultimately, it didn't really work, so they kept Screech, Zach, Lisa, and Mr. Belding,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's it. I don't. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if anybody else made the cut, but they have two other kids that aren't Jesse Slater or Kelly.
Yeah.
So anyway, but anyway, Haley Mills is in it. She's great. I wish she was in it a little bit more, and I wish her role was a little bit more important than what it was, but it was fine. Um, why do you think people hate this movie?
I
Because there's
do.
some.
Have you heard people saying they
Oh
hate it?
yeah. I've read. I mean, I see in my movie groups like on Facebook where I mean, some people hate it, and then some people like it, and then some people love it. But I think either you like, you like it a lot, or you don't like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a very Shyamalan movie and a very
I
M Night
think people are
movie.
expecting a horror movie, and it's not really a horror movie. I
Yeah,
mean, it's more of a suspense thriller movie. Um, you don't get any gore. I mean, he's a serial killer, so you don't get any gore. And we kind of I don't think we ever actually gave away the whole plot. So uh, he finds out. So he asked the guy that we were talking about. Um, he asked what all these cops doing here, and he explains that they figured out that the butcher was
correct.
coming to the concert, and that they were here to get him.
Right.
So
I thought we were gonna be in the auditorium, like the place, the whole time.
So what I'll say about this movie is it gets fucking going, man.
It
I mean,
does.
they're walking into the concert when the movie starts.
Hmm.
And then you're in there for about 50 minutes probably.
Yeah,
And
about two
it
thirds.
does huh?
Like just about 2/3, maybe half the movie.
Yeah, so but then it does veer out. I don't really necessarily want to go into that cuz I think
No.
it's kind of cool. Um I will say what I wanted to happen that didn't,
Hmm.
because it's not a spoiler because it doesn't happen. But I think, well, I guess it is kind of a spoiler. Never mind. I won't say it. I'll tell
Well,
y'all.
yeah, I was gonna
But
say, no, I still need to know.
I mean, it's one of those things. I think the ending is cool, but I think it could have been more twisty if they
Yeah,
wanted it to be. But he obviously didn't want it to be. So there you go.
I feel like
Um,
they probably had two endings shot, and one if like they thought it was going to be a successful, uh, movie, they did one end, and then if they thought it was going to be bad, they
I
could have
mean, it does.
chucked in the other.
I mean, it's sort of like Split, right?
Yeah,
Whereas like they film that, and it's like, well, now you have to do something.
right. Yeah.
Which I started Glass and I still haven't finished it. So
Ooh, do it. I like it. It wasn't my favorite of the
I like
trilogy,
it so
but
far, but you know how I get ADD, and then I forgot about it, and
then you fall asleep.
I mean that's fair. Um, but his daughter, I thought his daughter was really, really good. Is Seleka Shalaman,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
who
she was
plays
real good
Lady
in it.
Raven, and I thought she was really good in every part of this movie.
Yeah, I agree. She's good. That's why I was surprised because I was like, wait, I know he didn't direct that other movie. That was his daughter, and then I had to look up if it was the same daughter, and it
Oh yeah.
wasn't. Because I was like, wow, what a year she's having. But no, it's two of them.
M. Night did make an appearance in this movie.
He did, yeah. I was wondering what it was going to be too.
Yeah,
But it was the most logical one.
yeah. I can't even remember what it was actually.
He was like a relative to Lady Raven, or whatever her
Oh, he
name
was
is.
the uncle.
Yeah, the uncle.
Yeah, he was the uncle. Um, I don't know, man. I think people should have seen this in the theater. I think it would have been cool in like a big screen. But I highly recommend it when it comes out. I think it's, where would you put it? Like
In
in
his
the M
film
Night.
catalog, nothing's better than The Happening, so I don't know.
I mean, top 5, top 10.
Yeah, top 5, top 10 for sure.
I mean, I don't know that how many. I mean, I know he's done more than 10.
I know
But
that I liked what the visit?
Oh yeah, I've never seen that. I know the end, so I just gave up on that show.
Of course you did. No, that was a fun one. I saw that one in theaters with Peyton, but yeah, I like it. I like most of his stuff though. Like we said on that other episode, go back and listen to it for The Happening, and we give him his praise. We like what he's done, and I think we like a lot of the stuff that bombed that people like pan him for.
Yeah, I mean, I think this. I mean, I think he's been on a pretty good. Like he did Old, Knock at the Cabin, Trap, and then he did that show Servant.
Mm-hmm.
But Old, Knock at the Cabin, and Trap, they're all solid, man.
They
I don't
are.
see how you can hate them.
I could see why people don't like Old. I could see why they wouldn't like not Knock at the Cabin, but I mean, I don't see it in a way where they should be like trashing them like that. I could just see them like not liking it.
I mean, Knock at the Cabin is really good because of Batista.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him. He's like he's not. He said he's not focusing on muscle training.
Oh yeah.
Looks good.
Because everybody thought he was sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see the preview for his new movie?
What is
I
it?
think it's
I
called
feel
The
like
Killing. I think it's called The Killing Game.
yeah, I think they
The
showed it at
premise
one of
is
those
great.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a hitman,
right.
and he got a he gets a diagnosis of like terminal cancer or whatever, and he's
Mm-hmm.
only gonna have he only has like a month to live or whatever. But
Yeah.
he doesn't want to die like that, so he puts a hit out on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doctor so he puts a hit out on himself, and all these and then that person hates him even more,
Yeah.
and just tags every like hitman they know.
Yeah.
And then the doctor calls and says, "Oh, we switched your chart. You're actually not dying."
Yeah. So now he just has a death.
So now he's just got to kill everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I
It
like
was
him.
funny.
I like everything he's been in. I thought he was great in that Bushwick movie. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, or have you?
No, I haven't seen it. What is that? Isn't that the movie with Daniel Stern?
That's
the
Bushwhack. I think. It's so he plays like a dude trying that a girl he helps a girl escape a city because a U.S. based military force invades Brooklyn neighborhood and they're trying to take it over. And he's like paid to get her out or something
Is this
like
like
that.
a straight to video movie?
It must have not been a big one.
Was it in his like kickboxer days?
2017.
Maybe. I'm still waiting on that last kickboxer.
Was he in the kickboxer movies?
He's Tong Po.
Is he really?
Yes.
I feel like I haven't seen any but the first, and I don't know.
Dude, the kickboxer vengeance, and then kickboxer. I want to say retaliation, but I think that's GI Joe. But whatever the second one is, huh?
He is Tong Po.
He is.
I know. I just looked it up.
He's great.
That's wild. Stupid.
Those movies are solid, man.
They can't be.
They're really good. They tell a story. They're telling a cohesive story, but I can't find out any information on Kickboxer Apocalypse, and it's pissing me off.
When's that come out?
Who knows? It's been in pre-production since I finished the double feature I did.
So it's what? Vengeance, Retaliation, and then another one?
It was Retaliation? Oh. Isn't that what G.I. Joe is?
Yeah, G.I. Joe Retaliation. There's two of those, and aren't they both pretty bad?
What?
The G.I. Joe movies? Wait, there's
no.
like four now.
No, G.I. Joe's fine. I mean, the first one has its moments. Like, I mean, there's like 3 or 4 really bad things about G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. But, I mean, Stephen Sommers, who did The Mummy, wrote and directed G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell. And he never watched G.I. Joe, and you can tell. But he does do a few things that G.I. Joe did. And I mean, it's not bad. I mean, just don't go in as a Cobra Commander fan.
Uh-huh.
because
I'll
he
stick to
completely
that.
ruins that. And then the second one is real. There's some really fucking cool scenes in that movie.
Is Channing Tatum in one of those?
He's in both of them.
Doesn't he? Didn't he want to get killed off like super early in the second one for some
Yeah, he gets
reason?
killed off super early.
But he needed to get out of like the contract or something, and I
I
think
don't know what happened with that. I don't know what happened with that.
interesting. What did you
Um,
think of him in Deadpool? Spoiler.
I mean, it was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of articles popping up like of them, the media trying to ramp up, like pushing the studio towards putting him in that role and making those. And yeah, it looks like he's going on his rounds, like trying to get that made,
Yeah.
will it
Oh
into
no, he's all for
existence.
it. The same thing as Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he fought for Deadpool for years before it happened.
The original, the one
Yeah.
where he shows up with Hugh Jackman.
Well, no, I mean Deadpool that was not happening, and they made like this the trailer for it, but it was like, but it didn't really exist. They were just doing it to see to kind of
Like
shop it,
Machete?
like to. I mean, I guess, but they were doing it to say like, see, we can do Deadpool.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a sizzle reel or something to show
Yeah,
what
but
it
it's the
could
whole
be.
scene in the road, where he jumps off that bridge and lands in the car, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that's what they did.
Okay.
And he did that, and then nothing came upon it about it, and then all of a sudden he got it, and
I think that's cool. I mean, they did okay for it not being part of the big MCU at current times and how movies were going. It kind of like bucked that trend of all that. It was a little bit different.
yeah. All right. Well, since we talked very little about Trap, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you didn't, let us know at Night of the Nerdy Laser at gmail.com. You
That's
can
what
follow us on YouTube, Night of the Nerdy Laser, and Instagram, Night of the Nerdy Laser,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Night of the Nerdy Laser,
Yep.
and TikTok, Night of the Nerdy Laser. See how easy that is?
Jeez.
Um, no, anything you got left to say about Trap? I mean, you liked it as much as I did, right? I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's top five. I think it's top five Shyamalan, but I wouldn't put like Sixth Sense top five.
Yeah.
I mean, Sixth Sense is special
Right.
in what it did,
But I don't think it's
but
his best 5 movies.
I don't think it is.
I agree with that.
I mean, I think Signs is better,
Yeah.
and I like Unbreakable more, and I
Mhm.
like Village. That's 3.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Lady in the
So
Water. 1, 2, 3, 4 for me.
fuck off, fuck Lady in the Water. That's not even in my top 19.
Shut up.
So anyway, well, yeah, if they want to help us out and they don't want to give us any money, what could they do, Jeff? That's absolutely free.
Well, they could go on to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. They could give it a follow, a subscribe, and then if they wanted to be even nicer, they could go ahead and write us out a review and give us 5 stars. Be real nice of you.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube. That's very important too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're far, 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 far away from getting to where we want to be on YouTube, but it's okay. We'd at least like to hit the triple digits. So if you have a YouTube account, just go on over there and hit that subscribe, and we would really appreciate that. I think I'm gonna put a trash talk on there at some point that we haven't put out there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, do it.
Yeah. So check out YouTube and check out TikTok. I put a TikTok about Borderlands out there, and it got pretty good traction.
Well, that's good. I'll let you do your TikToks and all that. I don't know what any of that
Dude,
is.
the funniest thing, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this curio cabinet, and I'm gonna, and I cleaned out the curio cabinet. People love that when you're placing stuff and all that. And so I did good, you know. I did like 6 or 7 separate videos because
Mhm.
you know they say like you got to post 4 times a day, and I'm like fuck. So I was like, I mean, I'll just post like two a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And we had 330 because it's really like the Nerdy Laser TikTok and Night of the Nerdy
Yeah.
Laser combined, sort of. And we had 330, and I was like, oh, I mean, I hope can gain some more. Went down to 290. Fucking lost like 40 subscribers. I was like, what the fuck?
Way to go.
Fuck everything up.
Jeez. Oh boy.
Yeah, good times. So
Yeah.
until next time, what should they do, Jeff?
They should keep it bloody.
Because somebody has to.
Was that your Lady Raven?
Yes.